Sheldon, obviously the news with Jack has to be incredibly disappointing and feel real sorry for him right now, and just your initial thoughts there.
Yeah, it's a tough situation. Obviously, feel for Jack. He'd been playing so well and worked so hard last summer, to get himself back, and was, like I said, playing very well. So it's tough for him, tough for us as a team, but we've unfortunately had to get used to these situations of people dropping out of our lineup and press it on as a team. So that's what we'll have to do.
I mean, I guess in a way, can it also be this galvanizing moment? You kind of, need to really come together given all of that and how important he is to this group.
Yeah, I think for sure the team game's got to get better. The individuals have got to get better. There's more opportunity for all that to happen. I think when we look back when we lost Pesci previously, it took us longer than I would have liked to sort of recalibrate, and we don't have that time with this type of opponent we're coming into here today. So we've got to do it quickly. But I think with opportunities, people grow, the individuals get better. I mean, does Nemec get a hat trick the other night if Dougie Hamilton's in the lineup? Maybe not, So now we got a better version of Nemo here, more confident. So that's just one example of how others can step up, and the team just presses on.
Can you run through the list with Cody Glass and Zach McEwen, obviously, and maybe a couple updates there?
Yeah, Glass has an upper body injury. He's going to be week to week. Both he and McEwen have returned back to Jersey to get properly evaluated and get that sorted out. McEwen himself still to be evaluated, but expected to be long term. Not quite sure where I go from there, but Connor Brown and Dougie Hamilton have continued to skate, expected to rejoin our practice on Monday and make a determination from there on whether they join the trip. But at this point, it looks like they may be joining the trip, and I think that's it.
That is, so in a different way, given the numbers, I would expect Shane Lachance making his NHL debut tonight. And what do you kind of remember from him early in training camp?
Yeah, he will make his debut. Excited for him. He had a shortened camp just with the injury that he had. But yeah, from everything that I saw, both in the rookie tournament and the games that he played for us, so happened the ones that he played, I wasn't on the bench for because the nature of those games. But just watching them back and seeing the detail that he plays with, the competitiveness, the size that he brings, all those types of things, it hasn't all come to fruition the way I would have thought. I would like to see it at the American League level, but it doesn't change the excitement that I have for this player and what he can bring to our team. So we get a great chance here today, and off we go.
Sheldon, when people hear, with the reports coming out about it being a freak accident with Jack, people start to speculate. What exactly happened?
Well, I think just out of respect to the situation, and it doesn't serve anybody and it doesn't do anyone any good to, dig too much into the details of what happened, other than to say, from our end of it, we're satisfied it was a freak accident that could have happened to anyone. Talk to the players who were there, members of our training equipment staff that were there as well, and very unfortunate situation. Like I say, more of a bad luck than anything, and we're satisfied with that, and we'll just make sure we can do what we can to get Jack better.
What's your confidence level that this team can manage that, and are you concerned about the center depth at all?
Well, I mean, it's a big hole. You take Jack out in addition to Cody Glass. We've already talked about the hole that Cody Glass himself left when he left the lineup. So yeah, it's a big hole. It's a concern. We got to manage it as best we can. And about the team, I'm confident in the group. I mean, we played without Jack for a long period of time last year. And, we were able to play 500 hockey, and I expect more of our team because we weren't playing as well the last time Jack went out, as we are now. So I expect more of our group. Just keep pressing on. It's not going to make tonight any easier for sure with this quality of team that we're playing. I know the Capitals haven't had the results you would expect, but you watch them play on video and you look at their analytics and all the stuff that they've been doing, it looks a lot like the same team as last year. So the challenge remains the same no matter who we're playing and no matter who we have in or out. So we'll do our best, and the guys will, like I said, they'll improve along the way as we calibrate here.
In overcoming all of these injuries, obviously 5-on-5 compete becomes even more important. I know that's something recently you've been looking to see improvement on, 3 5-on-5 goals just last game in Chicago. How have you seen that build, obviously now not having Jack?
Yeah, I liked a lot of things we did in Chicago, and obviously, Jack was, a significant contributor in that, as you say, but it's an area of focus for us, and will continue to be. Reality is the game here tonight is going to be a much different hockey game than that was on the ice in Chicago. It's going to be way faster, way more physical, way more competitive, just the nature of the type of game that Washington plays. So I'm not quite sure just how much we can pull from last game that may be relevant here today. That said, you get some guys that score some goals, like Nemo as an example, and maybe you can get a little more swagger that way offensively that can maybe carry forward. But today is going to be an entirely different challenge. And we're going to have to be great at 5-on-5. We're going to have to be great at special teams. We have to be great in goal. Like if you want to, as you lose bodies, your team game has to get better in those 3 different phases: special teams, 5-on-5, and goaltending.
I remember during training camp you had really liked Nathan Legaret and what he was able to bring. Does he kind of fit a very similar mold to what Zach McEwen does? And I know you said you've liked your fourth line the most when Zach was there.
Yeah, it's a big reason why he's here. Obviously we have a number of injuries, but when you look at the list of guys to recall, and I think Hallinan was maybe nursing something down in Utica as well. Legary had a great training camp, and showed that he could do a lot of the simple things well, up and down the ice, physicality, defensive play, all of those types of things, and we're going to need that in a game like today. So the timing is good to get him back involved.
Is there positive news on the other injuries that are out there? Dougie, Connor Brown.
Yeah, I think I covered that. I think the only one I didn't cover was Dadanoff, but he's progressing as well. I wouldn't say he's too far away. He's not as close as Dougie and Brown, but. He's a lot further along here now in terms of managing the puck and shooting and all that kind of stuff.
Brendan Dillon always has that physical presence, but it seems like it's a little bit more apparent as of late. Outside of maybe that first period hit in Chicago, have you been seeing that more in his game, and how that could be something this team can lean on, especially going at physical captains?
Yeah, I think he's always brings that. He gives you everything that he has physically, and that's a big part of who he's been throughout his career. But I do think he's the type of guy that recognizes, with Pesci out, Kovacevic not in, there's a greater need for a veteran guy like him to be who he is, but to do it more consistently and even maybe take a step in that regard. So he's been excellent, 5-on-5, penalty killing. You come to rely on him, and I know Shawzy's leaned on him a lot. It's not just for his own play, but also how he helps bring along our younger guys.
You talked about how Nemitz really elevated his game when Dougie went out. With Jack now being out, how does the top 6 look? Who else do you expect to really elevate their games to help you guys get some more goals on the board?
I think everyone has to. I wouldn't want to single out any one particular player. Everybody's got to get just a little bit better, and there's more opportunity to do that. Jack takes a lot of minutes. Jack takes a lot of time with the puck. So there's a lot more opportunity for other guys. Anybody who feels like maybe they have a little more to offer, this is the time. And the minutes will be there. The puck will be available. There'll be a little extra power play time for other people. So there's lots there. We have lots of depth. Fitzy's done a great job to give us lots of depth here to be able to manage situations like this. So my expectations of the quality of our play do not change one bit.
Thank you, Sheldon.